29th of November, Rabbi Furst, Parsha Hashavua with Rashi Toldos.
So we're on 25, 24. So then Yaakov gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and he rose and went.
Okay, no, that we can leave that.
What? I didn't read that.
Yeah, no, that's not necessary for what we need right now.
Oh,
The 24th verse in chapter 25, Yimul
oh,
Yemeha.
sorry.
That is
Oh, I'm
right.
sorry. What am I doing? I wondered about that. That's what I mean. 24, 24, 25. Okay. 24, 25.
No, the
All
other
right.
way, Roy.
I've got it now.
25, 24.
Verse 24. All right.
Right. In chapter
Vit,
25. Right.
right. Um, Vatimer, Elov, Gam, Toven. Is that right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Gam, Mispar, Rav, Amanu, Gam, Makom, Lalon. She said, moreover, we have both straw and provender. No, I'm not right again. I mean, we have both straw and provender enough to place and lodge overnight.
No, okay. That
Yes.
okay. We'll leave that. I
Okay.
want to concentrate on the word hine.
Excuse
Vihine.
me 1 minute. Lou,
Yeah,
did you get a message from Alan Marcus to let him in?
let me see.
Seems like he wants to join the class.
Yes,
Okay.
he's waiting. He's waiting to start.
Interesting. I didn't see any message. Did you see it on your screen, Lou, that he's coming in?
No, no, I have an email from him that says he wants to come in. I'm going to send him a link.
Yeah, send him a link, see if that works for him. Thank you. So what we're discussing here now is that this pasuk, which is in again chapter 25, verse 24, seems to be stating the 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 end of the pregnancy and the concurrent birth of the twins. Seemingly was new and surprising information. The pasuk used the word vihine, right? What does the word vihine mean?
I think it depends.
Go ahead. What does
Well,
it depend
when
on?
I was in Hebrew school, when the teacher called your name, you said Hine, like I'm here or something.
Right. That's like saying hineni, like hineni. That's a
Oh yeah. We didn't learn the conjugation of that though. But that's not this. This is Hine.
right.
So it's
If
a
you want to take a look in Bereshis. Go back to Parshas Bereshis, pasuk Lamed Aleph, Perik Aleph, pasuk Lamed Aleph.
Aleph, Lamed Aleph. Okay. Let's see. Lamed Aleph. Okay, so let's see. It says, Vayar Elokim et kol asher asa Oh, v'hinei tov. Okay, tov me'od. Vayhi erev vayhi bocher yom shishi.
Right now, you should know that the first time that expression, hine, that's the first time it's used, that expression in the Torah.
Oh,
Right? And anytime that the Torah uses a specific expression, and especially the first time, it's very significant. And what's also significant, that expression wasn't used in all of the previous days of creation.
So what was used instead of that?
Nothing. It was just if you want to take a look, right? You want to take a look. It's if you go through the psukim. For example,
Yeah. So Yosef wants you to call. He
Okay.
wants you to pick him up early. Is this Teflon or something of that nature?
okay. So what does behold mean?
right? That's right. Now the word tov was used throughout Ma'aser Bereshis, right? He saw that the ore was tov. He saw that the avasha mikvah mayim was tov. Kadosh Baruch Hu was mavda ben tov v'choshech ki tov. It's tov, right? A lot of times it's mentioned tov, right? But here it says tov ma'od. That's so hine is like almost an exclamatory expression, expression of exclamation. So when it says you want to take another, so you want to take another look at in Parshas Noach, that's in Perek Ches Pasuk Yud Aleph.
Het Yud Aleph. Okay, hold on.
How did you translate hine in this one in 24? I've got here behold.
Yes,
Hmm.
which means
Well, I think you have to ask Shakespeare what that means. I don't know what that means.
it says, look at the person, especially a remarkable one or an impressive one. So it's something that's probably extraordinary.
It wasn't.
Right.
It sounds like that. Yes, it sounds like that. Wow, look at this. Yeah, have you never seen this before?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So
So,
the question is, so this expression of exclamation, it's exclamation. What's this exclamation? What's the Torah telling us? What's it explaining? What's the astounding thing over here?
that they were
they're
alive.
that they were alive. So it doesn't say that they were alive. Let's say that they were. Well, again, read the pasuk in English again.
And when her days to bear were full, behold, there were twins in her womb. There weren't. She was deemed to be pregnant, but there was nothing to say what there was. She was probably just slightly full, and when the normal term was finished, then it was seen that there were twins.
You know,
But
So
but
then what do you,
what?
if that's what you want to say, then what do you do with Pasuk 22 and 23?
22 and 23. 22 says, where's it? And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, wherefore am I thus? Why am I like this? Or what is my situation as from which was the term of my pregnancy? And she went to inquire of Hashem what her situation was. And the Eternal said to her, 2 nations in your womb, 2 races shall be parted from thy bowels, and 1 race shall be firmer than the other race, and the elder shall serve the younger. And
mean,
when
so
her days to, yeah, all right. But it doesn't mean that you could see that there were twins in her. She knew that something was going on in her womb.
Right. Well, now she was told. She went
Mhm.
Nidra Shelakim. She went to
Yes.
inquire, and they told her what's going on.
Mm-hmm. But
So
it
she
doesn't
was
mean that you
right.
could still see what was
right.
going on. It couldn't determine. The doctor couldn't determine. It was only that it was only at the last minute that it was seen that there were twins.
You
Perhaps.
don't usually see what's going on in the womb. They didn't have ultrasounds in those days.
All right. I can't say anything more. I don't know. I'm
No,
not a
because
gynecologist.
even if there was only one baby in her womb, the baby moves around anyway.
Mm.
Right.
And so, as Roy said, she was told that there were 2 and they would become 2 nations. But this was the actualization, it looks like, in 24, where,
Mm.
that the birth proved everything to be true.
Well, that you mentioned the magic word. Does the pasuk verse 24 speak about the birth at all?
No, it doesn't, but it looks like the next one does.
Oh,
So she must have been on the verge of giving birth.
no, that's probably true. So the question again, what was so extraordinary that the Torah is trying to teach us something special over here?
We say here does it say this in the Hebrew? And when her days to bear were full? Is that an
Right.
accurate translation?
Yeah, that's a good translation. Yeah.
All right. So in some cases, they're not full, apparently.
Hey.
So to bear were full, what means what? There were I don't know how many days are in supposed to be pregnant for. 9 times 30. I don't know. Does it mean then that she had that from sunset to sunset she had completed the required number of days, the number of days
Right.
from sunrise to sunrise, they were full. So it wasn't so there wasn't sort of a half a day less than the complete 9 months,
Right.
whatever the 9 months happened to be. I don't know. Don't know how many days in each month.
Right. So that would be, meaning it wasn't, the Torah is telling us it wasn't a premature birth.
It wasn't what?
A premature birth.
Oh, right. It wasn't a premature birth, right? It was exactly on time.
So
It wasn't, yeah, wasn't premature and it wasn't late. It was exactly on time.
so that sounds something you'd want to put in a medical record, but I don't know why you would want to put it in the Torah.
Mm.
No?
What does Asov mean? The name Asov.
Right.
Where do they get that name from?
Oh, Esav, that's another story. Where did Esav's name come from?
I was just wondering if it's got anything to do with what we're talking about now.
I'll have to take a look. I'll have to take a look and see. I see that I see that Rav Hirsch, Zechor Baruch, asked this question. He says, Rivka already knew that she has twins in her womb.
So I couldn't hear you properly. It's me. It's not you.
What does
Yes,
Esav?
I see that. I found here that Rav Hirsch, Zechor Baruch. Any of you happen to have Rav Hirsch on Chumash there?
Don't think so. Might have. But I'll have
I
to
do, I'll
find
get
it.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, very good, very good.
Oh, here's
Oh,
Alan.
Alan came in. Good.
Yes, Alan. Alan, Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom.
Good to see you. How are you?
Good morning. Guten Erev Shabbos, Alan.
Good. Thank you.
We're learning Parshas Toldos right now. Right? If you have a Chumash nearby, we're thinking about the pasuk in chapter Kaf Hey 25 and verse number 24. If you see the pasuk there, something very unusual about the pasuk.
One second here. 1 second.
Yeah, Lou's going to help us out and find the Rav Hirsch for us.
Okay, oh, you want me to read his comment on 24?
Yeah, let's read it up. I think he's dealing with this question here.
Okay, Vahine, Tomam. Let's see, Vahine. Tomim.
Tommy. That's right, Tommy. Meaning twins, the twins. The two boys born to Yitzhak, Yaakov Avinu, and Esav HaRasha.
Okay, so it means in the English here, it translates as low, there were twins. So it's low is the translation for Hine. Hine always introduces something unexpected.
You have to ask Shakespeare what low means. Shakespeare will tell you what low means.
Right. Hine always introduces something unexpected.
Oh, that's the point. This word Hine always introduces something which is unexpected.
As Rivka had already been fully informed that she had two boys in her womb. Now that this fact is established, it could not have been unexpected, so that the Hine cannot refer to that.
Oh, so that's the point here. Rivka knew, she was already told in the look at Pasuk 22, Pasuk 23 says explicitly, and she was told, you have twins, my dear lady. You have twins. Right? So the Hine, that which is a connotates something which is unexpected. The Hine of this Pasuk 24 cannot be a reference to the fact that the boys were in fact twins. That's already previously known and expected. So what does it mean?
Well, they weren't twins in that their natures were different.
The
that's
physical appearances were different too.
right. So doesn't mean you can have two kinds of twins, as you know. You have identical twins, and you have
Fraternal
how do they call it?
twins.
Oh, there you are.
With
means that
identical
they're
twins, there's one egg which divides and then separates into two fetuses. So they have the exact same DNA. With fraternal twins, there's two eggs and two sperms. So that it's two completely separate sets of DNA.
Okay, very good. Oh, so continue with Rav Hirsch. Well, how does he explain what was unexpected about this birth that the pasuk is trying to explain to us?
The opposite seems to be the case. After she had been told of the contrasting difference between the expected children, one would have thought that they would be non-identical twins and look not at all alike. The surprising thing was that they were really identical twins. The only difference was
He said they were identical twins?
Who are we talking about now? Rivka's twins?
yes.
Go ahead,
But
let's
didn't
read
Meir
that
say
again.
they were not identical? Or did I get it wrong?
No, you got it right. So Rabbi Hirsch is saying it's odd that they were identical twins. You would think they were not identical twins because they didn't look alike.
Right.
But they were. So he continues. The only difference was in their constitution. That
what?
one, as we are immediately told, was much more developed, stronger than the other. Perhaps also the way the word is spelled, chaser de chaser, tomam for teomim, like vayichdo yehi tamim al rosho. That's quoting Shemos 26:24. Points to the exterior complete apparent similarity. This complete exterior similarity taken together with the complete dissimilarity which had been predicted would develop in the future could well have been designed to draw attention to the fact that the germ of this future dissimilarity lay deep below the surface, and so be the means of bringing about that this deep inner difference of the two boys be specifically studied quite early.
So just a minute. So they were similar at birth, and then they diverged in similarity. They or
Yeah, again, where was the source that he was quoted as source? Where was that?
Shemos 26:24.
Mos?
It says
26:24.
EX. I presume EX stands for Exodus.
Um,
Maybe I'm wrong.
haven't got through it.
X. I'm not sure. Um,
If they were
you
similar
just said,
right
again,
through
that's
their
26,
lives, then why would he need
26:24?
to?
That's 26:24.
Yes, 26:24 is what it says.
If they were, oh, they can't have been similar later on in life because one of them had to disguise himself.
Yeah, actually, that pasuk, it's an interesting point. It used the expression to me. It's talking about the building of the, I think the kruvim on the Aron. The kruvim on the Aron, they were tu'umim, right?
Right?
Ah, so that's the same. It's the same. It's the same word. It's the same word, tu'umim. Let's see, tu'um. No, it's spelled a little bit different with an aleph, tu'umim. Okay.
Yeah, it's spelled with an olive.
Yeah, well, Professor Hurst says perhaps also the way the word is spelled, chaser, dechaser. It's lacking. It's tomim, saf, vav, mem, instead of saf, aleph, vav, mem, yud, mem. It's missing two things. It's missing a vav. No, it's missing an aleph and it's missing a yud compared to Shemos 26:24.
Huh.
I'm not sure what Rabbi Hirsch is making of that. He says it points to the exterior complete apparent similarity. I don't understand why those letters point to that.
Okay, let's go slowly. Look for that point. Right. So Rashi mentions that point. It says, "But he need tumim." Rashi, look at the Rashi. Right, chaser, it's chaser.
Yeah, it says it is spelled lacking letters, but
Right.
about Tamar, it is spelled with the full spelling. Tough Aleph Vav Mem Yud Mem. Full,
Right,
with the
that's
full spelling. Because both
the full.
Tamar's twins were righteous. But here, one was righteous and one was wicked.
Right.
And there's a quote to Bereshis Rabbah 63:8.
Bereshis Rabbah 68. Okay. Okay, so he's that's also
Lou, it's Alan. Can you send me the link to where we are?
A link to where we are.
Yeah.
We're in Bereshis 25:24.
Right. So Rav Hirsch is maintaining that they were in fact identical twins. You want to reread it? Let's reread what he says again.
Reread Rabbi Hirsch.
Yeah.
Okay. Hine always introduces something unexpected. As Rivka had already been fully informed that she had two boys in her womb, now that this fact is established, it could not have been unexpected. So that the Hine cannot refer to that. The opposite seems to be the case. After she had been told of the contrasting difference between the expected children, one would have thought that they would be non-identical twins and look not at all alike. The surprising thing is that they were really identical twins. The only difference was in their constitution, that the one, as we are immediately told, was much more developed, stronger than the other. Perhaps also the way the word is spelled, chaser de chaser, tomim for tomim with tuf vav mem instead of tuf aleph vav mem yud mem, points to the exterior complete apparent similarity. This complete exterior similarity taken together with the complete dissimilarity which had been predicted would develop in the future could well have been designed to draw attention to the fact that the germ of this future dissimilarity lay deep below the surface, and so be the means of bringing about this deep inner difference in the two boys be specifically studied quite early.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. That might fit in with what the pasuk is telling us. There's another pasuk here. I think in chapter Chaf chapter 20, not 25, and in pasuk Chav Zayin 27, pasuk 27.
25-27?
That's right.
The lads grew up, and Esav became a man who knows trapping, a man of the field. But Yaakov was a wholesome man, abiding in tents.
Oh, look at Rashi here.
Okay, the Rashi says, the lads grew up, and Esav became, all the while that they were small, they were not distinguishable in their deeds, i.e. in their behavior, and nobody could discern in them what their nature was. Once they turned 13 years old, this one set out for the houses of Torah study, and the other one set out for idolatry. He who knows trapping, he knew how to ensnare and to deceive his father with his mouth. He would ask him, Father, how do we tithe salt and straw? His father would thus be under the impression that Esav was meticulous about the fulfillment of the commandments. A man of the field. This is to be understood as it sounds. A man who is idle and catches with his bow beasts and birds. Wholesome. He is not expert in all these things at which Esav is expert. As in his heart, so is his mouth. one who is not sharp and deceiving is called wholesome. Abiding in tents, the tent of shame and the tent of aver. That's it. That's the Rashi.
Right. So you see, until they were 13 years old, there's no real difference in their behavior.
That's odd because isn't there a source that says that in the womb they were different? In the womb, Esav wanted to get out when there was a house of Avodah Zorah nearby, and Yaakov wanted to get out when there was a base midrash nearby.
Right. But so what? So what do you see from that?
Seems like they were different before they were 13.
Well, it could be they were different in what they were attracted to, but doesn't necessarily mean they were in essence different.
It doesn't mean what?
Doesn't mean that they were in essence different. Could be they were different in what they were attracted to.
Right. But that I think it says that he was a Rasha, that Esav was a Rasha from birth.
I can't say that. That's apikoursis. Can't say that. Kadosh Baruch Hu doesn't make people Rashoim. People make themselves into Rashoim. Why did he? There are those who want to say because you see Rashi says that when she was passing by the base of Avodah Zorah, Asa was running to get out, but doesn't say he was running out to be worshiping Avodah Zorah. He was following the footsteps of Avram Avinu. He was the grandson of Avram Avinu. Avram Avinu, what was his main, besides Chesed, what was his main purpose in life? To destroy Avodah Zorah. Asa was following in the footsteps of his grandfather to destroy Avodah Zorah. That's why he was running, interested to get out and go after the Avodah Zorah to destroy it. Doesn't make him a Russia. I don't think that's correct. Asa, tell me, let's put the question another way. Is Asa in Gehenna or is it in Gan Eden?
Now,
Yeah. Is Asa in Gehenna or is he in Gan Eden?
how do we know? He may have had tshuva or something.
No, he didn't do true. He didn't do true.
Well, we were told that he's a murderer and a rapist. I would say that puts him in Gehenna.
Well, if the Kadosh Baruch Hu created him in Russia, he was following his destiny. The person who follows his destiny gets Gan Eden. And those people who don't follow a destiny, that's the people. The people who go to Gehenna are the people who don't follow their destiny.
We could make a divergence here and ask, well, what about people who are bad and that's their destiny and they don't want to do that? They do something else. They go better, or the other way around.
Yeah, you see some of the biggest Rishoyim, they are Choser B'tshuva. Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah, we're actually over time, I think.
We ran
that
out of
right?
time. You're right. We have run out of time. All right. Got a lot of
Mhm.
questions here.
Mhm.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Yes, thank you. Have a good Shabbos.
Have a good Shabbos, Rabbi, and everybody else.
Thank you, you too.
Yes, you too, Lou.
Good,
And
thank
Roy.
you. Good
Very good.
Shabbos, Rabbi Furst, and good Shabbos, Meir and Lou.